I've just repeated, word for word, the oath taken by George Washington.
When George Washington first took the oath I have just sworn to uphold.
The oath I have taken
is the same oath that was taken by George Washington and by every president under the Constitution.
Our union is the serious work of leaders and citizens in every generation.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
Every generation
Must define what it means to be an American.
Much time has passed since Jefferson arrived for his inauguration.
Thomas Jefferson believed that to preserve the very foundations of our nation, we would need dramatic change from time to time.
And still hold to unchanging principles.
Ours is a time of change.
Now the trumpet summons us again
To reinvent America.
Let us begin an era of national renewal.
The story goes on, and an angel still rides in the whirlwind and directs this storm. God bless you all, and God bless America.
CivicMinder is a revolutionary new web application that allows political candidates, political action committees, and campaigns to quickly and easily set up their own digital infrastructure for their campaigns. CivicMinder quickly and easily allows these groups to be able to go in, create a website, a social media account, and to be able to quickly and easily communicate with the voters and the people that care about their campaigns and what they're running for. So what we're going to be doing today is running through a demo of the web application for CivicMinder, specifically for these political campaigns, and how they go through the process of setting up their accounts. The first step in the process is to register their account, their first name, email, password, confirm their password. It's designed to be quick and easy for them to get set up within the system. They will go in, they will upload their campaign logo, enter their campaign name, and click submit. And with those two simple steps, they're into CivicMinder and they're already working on getting their campaign off the ground. The first thing they'll be able to do is upload the hero image. This is going to be the big picture that's going to be centered at the top of their website as well as inside the mobile application. They will be able to go in and enter in their phone number, email address, office address, and mailing address so they can get those all-important donation checks. Second, they'll be able to dynamically add information about themselves, their campaign, why they're running for office. Each section of this about can have a title and then a description, and each campaign will be able to add up to 6 different paragraphs about themselves. The next section is the issues. With every candidate and with their voters, they want to know what they stand for and what's important to them. So the candidates will be able to go in here and enter a title. This one might be gun rights. The second one could be budgetary issues, and then write their kind of opinion stance on that topic. Up to 10 different issues can be added to CivicMinder using this simple plus button. Next, candidates can upload high quality videos about themselves, their campaigns, why people should vote for them. They can add up to 6 different photos, and then they can also connect to Facebook and Twitter. Once they're all done, the website will go live and they can quickly and easily send out this URL allowing any of their voters or constituents to learn more information. This content can be either kept in a draft mode, and you can do that quickly and easily by just hitting the save button, or they can click publish, and that's when they will be pushing their website and their mobile application live. Once the website and mobile app have been published, then the campaigns can go into a number of different areas. First, we'll see the page where we've already entered this information. The campaigns will be able to click edit to modify this information on the fly whenever they want to. The first section that we're going to cover is communication. One of the important things for political candidates is to be able to communicate with their constituents and to be able to get information about what's important to those constituents. So here they can post articles that they want to be able to send out to their constituents. They can push polls to their constituents, and they can get feedback on that communication as well. Messages can be sent out in a variety of ways. First, you'll enter a logo if you want to have one for that specific communication. You can add a title and a description. You can add another video and another photo. So for example, if the political candidate has a rally coming up and they want to send out communication to both their constituents and to the media to encourage them to attend, they can add a promo video here and some photos to get people excited about attending this rally. One of the amazing things about CivicMinder is that dynamic ways that information can be sent out. So the candidates can communicate with people through the website, through Facebook, Twitter, the mobile apps, email, and push notifications. They can do all of these things, just one of them, or any combination that they choose. The power is with the political candidate to choose how and through what medium they want to communicate with their constituents. Additionally, they can go in and they can select communication recipients by zip code. This is very important if it's a local candidate that's running for office and it's a very specific zip code or set of zip codes that's going to be voting for them or able to vote for them. Additionally, if you had a regional, statewide, national candidate and they're going to be giving a speech in one really specific area, they may want to reach out to all of the zip codes just in that area where the speech is going to occur and encourage them to attend. Likewise, if there's an issue that comes up that's very, very important to a specific region, instead of blasting out to the entire nation, telling them about this issue or asking them to donate because of this issue, they can focus that communication on a very specific area. Finally, they can also go in and they can pick voter districts, or they could add and reach out to just specific media, donors, or a select age group. For example, if there was a topic that was really important to millennial voters, such as student loan debt, you may want to push out your communication just to millennials or people within a specific age range. Similar to the process when the politician or political candidate first set up their account, you can save as a draft or you can send it out. Once the communication has been sent out, you'll be returned to the main communication page. From here you can see the title, the picture, the description, and the link to what you sent out. You can see how many people have looked at it, how many people did not look at it, how many people unsubscribed, and how many people deleted. This will start to help the political candidate over time to refine their message to get the most amount of interaction with the potential voters. The second section that we're going to cover is the discussion board. Once a candidate has sent out communication, inside the mobile application, users can follow that candidate, they can see what that candidate has sent out, and they can respond specifically to that communication. So in the discussion board section, political candidate would again see the logo, the title, the description, and the URL for the communication they sent out, but then they can also see the comments and who has commented on that. They can see the person's name, the person's picture, and then what the person said. The political candidate could then scroll down and add their own comment to create one-on-one dialogue with their potential constituents. They'll see if anybody's message has been flagged, and they can go in and they can potentially delete a message if they want to, or unflag it and accept that comment that that person posted. The next section that we'll cover are the polls. Candidates use polls to not only get a gauge on voters' interest in coming out to the polls, but also in the topics that are important to them, the way that other politicians or governments have responded to an issue. It's a wonderful way to create that dialogue and the communication between a candidate and their constituents. Within the polls section, they'll be able to go in and click Start a New Poll. They'll add a title, a description, and then they can choose the poll answers. So it could be, our state legislator is considering passing bill XYZ. Do you support that? Or what do you think is a better alternative? And it could be a yes-no poll, or it could be 3, 4, 5 different options that people could respond to. And you can use this little plus button right here to add more poll possible answers. You can make the polls time specific, so you could set them to just an hour. People in the next hour that respond, that's what will be tracked. You could also do 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. Similar to the communication, you can also get hyper-focused with the poll and what medium you use to send it out. Do you send it out through the website, Facebook, Twitter, the mobile app, or email? You can select who receives the poll based on zip code or voter district. And finally, you can send polls specifically to the media, to your donors, or to specific age groups. Again, in the situation where maybe there's something coming up about student loan debt and you want to communicate specifically with students around that issue. The next section that we're going to cover is the contact section. This is where political campaigns and politicians can upload database records for all of their voters and constituents. As you'll see in this overview here, you can see the first name, last name, phone number, and email address for each record in the database. Now we want to make it as quick and easy for political candidates to get set up as possible. So what we've done is added a button where they can download an Excel spreadsheet, either copy all the information over or add it from whatever sources they're bringing it in as they're launching their campaign, and then go in here and click Upload CSV File, and this will automatically import all of their records into CivicMinder for being able to communicate with their constituents. And what we see on this page is that it's a potential where you get conflicts of interest, where maybe you already have some information and you're uploading more and a couple of those records conflict. You can see over here an example of all of the conflicting records. You can click on one, and then you can see the old record and the new record, and you can go through and you can compare line by line, and you can see in this example, okay, the name is the same, but the email is different and the phone numbers are different, so maybe this is a different person. However, the street address is the same, so given that information, it's very likely that it is the same person. Just whenever the old record was created, the individual likely updated their email and phone number during that time. And so then the opportunity available to the political candidate is they can go in and accept their existing record, they can update the record, or they can create a new record if they decide they are in fact two different people. This will help the political candidates to not only ensure they have the best information possible, but one of the major values to CivicMinder and their investors is that they then start to continually update all voter information across the nation and start to build a very powerful database for outreach between the candidates and the voters and the constituents. Over time, the data and the value of the data inside CivicMinder will grow exponentially and can be then used for CivicMinder to continually increase their prices in the future if they can automatically provide databases of information to new candidates that meet the requirements to join the platform. In addition to being able to look at potential constituents, there's also the opportunity to switch over to the media section. You can add new media people, and you can see the people currently in the system already. So if you know that there's a couple of local newspapers and TV stations where you want to continually send your press releases to, add them in here, and then as you send out your communication, it'll automatically go to those groups every time you send it out. Next, we have the campaign profile, and this is where we originally started, so you can see the information you had previously created, like hero image, contact information, paragraphs of information about yourself, the issues that are important to you, and your videos, photos, and social media accounts. If it's a particularly long campaign, over time, these videos and photos and information may change, and this is a great way for these campaigns to go in here and be able to keep all of this information fresh and up to date. Donations is obviously a critical component of the entire system. Through the donations, political campaigns will be able to come in, add their banking details right inside CivicMinder, save it, and they've now generated a shareable link. So in the communication that they send out in the social media, the mobile app, the website, they can continually add a donation link that allows all of their constituents to quickly and easily donate money through social media, the website, the mobile application, or email. These campaigns can then take advantage of all of these different mediums available to them to generate donations for their campaign. And then finally, but potentially most importantly, the financial information. The campaigns can then come in here. They can look at their billing information. They can look at their payment history. Eventually, they'll be able to look at all of the donations that they've collected. All of those funds will automatically transfer to their bank account. One of the core underlying components to CivicMinder is that political campaigns will be paying monthly subscription fees to get access to the web application and all of the capabilities it provides them. One of the ways that we're going to encourage campaigns to increase the amount of work that they're doing with CivicMinder is by having them bump up to other packages. And the packages will be determined based on the number of contacts in the database and the amount of communication that's being sent out. The goal will be over time to move campaigns into bigger and bigger packages to not only provide them with more services, but also to help CivicMinder in continually increasing the revenue they're generating on their customers. Finally, once you select the plan that you want and you've updated and added everything that you want to, you can easily click the logout button and then come back and log in anytime you want.